What's going on, guys? We're back with a PSA submission. Finally got it back. I sent it over to PSA in April. I sent over 43 cards, and it was well known at that time that PSA submission prices were going to be going up, and I think it was rumored or known that they were going to shut down. But anyways, I busted my tail to get almost every card that I had that was gradable over there to get graded. I sent a few for a buddy too, so I'm going to show you those ones as well. 43 cards, 35 are mine, 8 are his, and we'll have a look how I did. Remember, I got a video you can go back that goes over pre-grading and showing what I do when I'm looking at a card before I send it in. I think it's super important. Now let's see how I did. All right, guys, let's get going on these. I got 8 cards here that I graded for a friend of mine. He gave me 10. I looked through them. 2 of them I didn't think would 10, so I gave those back to him. But we got these ones here. So the first one is a Kyle Connor PSA 9. One thing that I always do is I always put the worst cards to the front, because if a card is a 9 and then a grader looks at another card and it's just slightly better, then they're sort of pushed into grading it as a 10. It's a strategy that I'd heard just from watching content from another creator. Made a lot of sense. So I always try and put my worst cards at the front, best cards at the back. You don't want to lead with, think about it. I'll go to the next one. So we have another PSA 9. You don't want to lead with your cleanest card, and then, they're going to be judging against that card. So if you have a super clean PSA 10 and then you have a really good card behind it, but it's not as clean as the 10, human bias can push them towards, thinking that's a lower grade. And so I try and stick the best cards to the very back. We've got another PSA 9, and we'll get into a PSA 10. So there's one PSA 10. We got another PSA 10, so we got 2 for 4 PSA 10s. We got 3 PSA 10 Kyle Connors. He'll be selling these, by the way. Hit me up on Instagram if you're looking for any of the cards that I show here. I'll be selling pretty much everything. The ones that I'm not, I will show you after. Got another PSA 10, and the last one, a PSA 10 as well. That wasn't the last one. I thought that was the last one. So I went 6 for 8 PSA 10s for him, which makes a lot of sense to me. There were actually a couple of cards in here that I wouldn't have sent in myself, and I'm not even necessarily saying they were the first ones. I just thought that he was looking closer to a 4 to 5 return. So to get 6 out of the 8 PSA 10, I was pretty happy with my pre-grading, and at least it feels like I'm sort of on the right page, right? So that's Kyle Connors. So we'll get to my cards now. I did get back one card that I wasn't too happy about. I understand it, but I got back my Patrick Waugh rookie card, came back as altered. So this doesn't mean this isn't fake. It's not like that. It could be many reasons. And the reason that I think that they sent this back is because I had this thing. I know it's a real card. It's been in a brick for about 30 years though, and it was screwed down really tight. So the card is likely too wide and too thin. I know the brick will press it down and it'll change the width. So that's likely why this came back as altered. This was just a PC card anyways. I was just really hoping to get it slabbed. I was never gonna sell this. I've talked about it in another video, but I made a trade with a friend who's still a really good friend of mine. We golf together all the time, and I just want to get it slabbed up for the PC, but too bad. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Maybe it'll just go in one touch. Anyways, Patrick Waugh, altered. Boop. So now we'll get into my cards. Sent in, this is majority Young Guns Canvas. I knew that Canvas graded really well, so I sent a bunch of those, but we got first card, Matthew Barzal, PSA 10. Happy about that. Hit me up if you want to buy it. Duncan Keith. So I bought these cards because they're $30 cards, and if you can hit a PSA 10, they sell for around $250. So it was just a really good multiple. I've gone through piles of these things. They don't grade well. I sent in the best that I had. So first one got a PSA 9. Next one, we got a PSA 10. So I'm pretty happy about that. Duncan Keith, PSA 10. Nice card. Now we get into some laughies. So again, canvas grade extremely well. These pops are already getting up there, but I think these are going to be really good cards at the start of the season. So we hit a 10 on the first one of those. Second one, we got a 10 as well. PSA 10 Laffy. And the last one, I believe, yes it is. And our last one, we got PSA 10. So again, not really unexpected. The canvas grade really well. Put your time in, guys. Look at the cards really well. You'll know what you're looking for. Those corners, centering can be tough, but just do some pre-grading. Look at a whole pile of cards and you'll see common problems with them, especially with, you know, your young guns. So we got a Svechnikov Young Guns canvas, and we got a 9 on this one. That one's a little bit surprising to me. I don't remember. I don't have notes on this. I just was gonna send it in because it was a higher value card, and I like Svech. It may be off center. That is pretty far to the side here. You see how much room you have by the UD here? I wonder if this isn't because it's off-centered. Hard to tell, regardless. There's that one. Now we'll get into some Makar Young Gun canvas. So Makar Young Guns canvas. PSA 10. Again, grade really well. 10. Makar, number 2. 10 ball, number 2. Makar, number 3 canvas, and we got a 10. So they grade pretty well. You sort of seeing a bit of a theme here. And then last one, 5 for 5 on PSA 10 Makars. Makar, pretty excited to see him this year. Just got a very juicy contract. Sorry, cut myself off there. Makar just signed a juicy contract with the Avs, so we're happy to have him back for, oh God, what was it, 6 years? 6 years at $9 million, I thought a very good price. Andrei Svechnikov, I sent a few of these things, so Young Guns base, PSA 10. Next Fetch, PSA 10. Next Fetch, PSA 9. Boo, that was the last one. That's sort of interesting because, like I said, I always put the best card to the back, so maybe I'll have a better look at that after. I'm not sure if I missed something, but pretty strange I would have a 9 on the back. I think you'll usually see more of the 9s from me on the front, but I could have missed something. That's the way it goes. Quinn, Hughes. I only have one of these. I just sent it in. I don't have any notes. Actually, I do have notes on this card. Yeah, I do have notes on this card. I have a note that there is a tiny flake in the top left corner. Just a touch of white. So it's a PSA 9. You won't be able to see it on the camera here, but this is, if you watch my other video again on pre-grading, a magnification, you can just see that there's a small flake there. I can actually see it with my eyes. I'm not sure if you'll be able to pick up on that, but the tiniest white spot, and that is enough. So anyways, Quinn Hughes, PSA 9. Go to his bro, Jack Hughes. I'm pretty excited to have this card. PSA 10. This will be the last year I give for Jack Hughes. I was looking at possibly buying Jack Hughes 10s, and likely I'll just hold this to the start of the season and sell it if we see a nice price bump. But got a 10 there from Jack Hughes, and we got some Elias Pettersson. So first card, PSA 10 on a Pettersson. This is another card that's gone down in value and I think is going to be really good hold, and I will sell them before the start of the season. Once you get into camp, once prices start going up, which I would expect them to closer to the season, these will be good cards to have, so I don't have to buy any. I can just leverage these ones. And another PSA 10. So I got a couple of those. That'll be good for the season. Then I got some Braden points. I don't even remember sending these in. I don't know where I got them. I cracked one. I should actually double check that. One of these I cracked from a BGS 9.5 slab, and yeah, so we got a 10 on Braden Point, and Braden Point number 2, second PSA 10. So we got 2 point 10s. And then on the last one, we got a PSA 10. So we went 3 for 3 on Braden Points. Yeah, I'm almost certain. I don't have it in my notes here which one it is, but one of these came out of a BGS 9.5. It wasn't a true gem, but it had a 9. I don't remember for what, but I sent them in and they're 10s. All right, another card here that I think is going to be really good to have at the start of the season. The price is held really well over the summer. I think everyone's waiting to see where he goes, where he ends up. Just read an article today that they're not very happy with the way the Buffalo's dealing with this. Anyways, so we got a PSA 10 Eichel that we'll be able to sell once the season gets going. So Mitch Marner, this card here, PSA 9. It actually has a, you won't be able to see it. I don't know if I'll be able to see it with my eyes, but in this area here somewhere, there is a tiny brown speck. When you look at it under magnification, it looks like someone burnt it with a cigarette, like the size of a pinhole. But anyways, so I'm not surprised at this 9. It was just a high value card, so it was definitely worth sending in. So I'll get my money back on this and maybe make a buck or two, but I've been buying Mitch Marner, so I don't mind having that card. This was a PC card. These cards come so clean. I said if this thing doesn't get a 10, I was going to be extremely upset. This is a speckled foil Ville Heinola. So this is the equivalent of 15 Young Guns. And it did get a PSA 10, so I'm super happy about that. I'm just going to put that out to display. Super cool. Nice looking card. Next up, these cards are in a different order than I sent them in. I sent in this McKinnon. I had 3 McKinnons here at the time, and this was the best condition one, but I thought it was a PSA 9. The problem with it was on the back bottom. I'm not sure if this will focus, if you'll be able to see, but there was some white. You can see a speck on the bottom here. You can see another speck here. The orange, it really shows, but to my surprise, I got a McKinnon PSA 10. So I was pretty happy about that. Now I have one more to send in that is in a lot better shape than this one, so watch that come back a 9, right? But non-pink McKinnon PSA 10, pretty happy about that. Next card we got is a Nathan McKinnon rookie. This is a Panini Prism base McKinnon rookie, and again a card I didn't think would 10, and I got a 10 on the Prism. Again, I had 2 of these. I sent the better one in, and I may send the other one. I'll have to look at it a bit better, but I'm really happy to have this. So this card's just going to be a PC card that I keep. I'd like to eventually get my hands on a silver, but for now I got this guy, so this one will do the trick. A Makar canvas. I thought I was done with the Makar canvases. Did I not show 5 of them? This is a PSA 10. These should be at the start of my submission. Like I said, they sent them back out of order, but another Makar 10. Got another Jack Hughes. So the canvas continued to grade well. Got another PSA 10, so Jack Hughes does well at the start of the year. Then that's going to be a good card to have. I'm looking forward to it. Got Elias Pettersson. One of these had a corner dinged. I had it in my notes. It wasn't so bad. I wouldn't send it if I didn't think it had a shot at a 10. I also want to send it in to see, you know, what gets by and what doesn't, what is too much. So this first one is a PSA 10. So this card's come down in price significantly too. And I mean, this card could very well double by the time puck drops. So pretty happy to have Pettersson. And then I got one more here, and this one is the PSA 9. So PSA 9 Pettersson. It's all right. Anyone looking for a 9 Pedersen? I think it would be a good card to have. Nick Suzuki, Young Guns Canvas, played really well in the playoffs. And we got a 10 with Nick Suzuki. Nice card there. More Suzuki. And we go 2 for 2 on the Nick Suzuki Young Guns Canvas. These were worth a lot more too when I had initially sent it in. But again, prices are just down a little bit, and we'll deal with it. Now we got the couple more Svechnikov, and that is it. So got another 10 on Andrei Svechnikov. And the last card, PSA 10. So that's a pretty good submission. I'm very happy. I'm not sure if I'm going to show the exact numbers on it. I expect a pretty decent return on this, but I think it more just speaks to the hours that I put in looking at cards, and you just got to get yourself a good magnifying glass, watch my video, look at cards. You can judge for yourself, but you got to be honest with yourself and send in the good stuff. I think I might have been a little bit too tight. I think there may be more that I could send in. That's what the Kyle Connor card showed me, because yeah, I definitely got a couple there for my buddy that I didn't think he'd get, or maybe an extra one, and that one makes a big difference. But there you go, guys. There's my first submission. I think it went really well. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below. Are you at the Nationals going on right now? Let me know. Check me out on Instagram, Lapper Flips, LAPP3030_flips, and we'll check y'all.